dear viewers, to another episode of our program New Kuwait. In our program, we will shed light on subjects related to our national development plan and also to achieve our futuristic vision of a new Kuwait by 2035. In today's episode, we will talk about cybersecurity with our special guest, information technology specialist, Engineer Naif Al-Awadi. Hello and welcome, Mr. Naif.
Hello.
In this episode, we would like to talk with you about the cybersecurity because you are a cybersecurity expert yourself. Tell us first, to the average viewer, what is cybersecurity?
Well, in general, the cybersecurity is all practices and we say the best practices and activities that can be done by any firm or anyone to achieve the CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the computer systems. This is a general term for the audience in order to capture what is cybersecurity. I need to make sure that the data, wherever I store it and it transferred from one place to another, it will to remain the same. This is what we call the integrity. And the confidentiality, I'll make sure that these data should be accessed by those who only should be access to. The permission and the control should be guided to those person. And we mentioned the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. The data has to be available, shouldn't be at any time, whenever it is needed. So not preventing anyone from using the data or using the system. This is what we can just in a very short way to describe the cybersecurity.
Yes, the cybersecurity as a place is very vast and with a lot of branches because, as you said, it's not only the economic factor or risks to have, also confidential data. Maybe sometimes you can look and steal information, which is very valuable from companies and so on. So tell us, this is a much needed thing to have a cybersecurity for even the average user, not only for big companies. And that relates to the crimes. We call it the cyber crimes. So tell us about this new thing, which is now we can see in the real world, which is cybersecurity crimes.
Yeah, of course, cybersecurity crimes increased because number of people connected to the internet, which is increasing as well. So they are increasing in a linear way. Those people are increasing and connecting to the internet, and on the other hand, the other cybercrime increasing as well. Well, here we can see that people are expecting attacking much more, and they need to educate themselves. They cannot just rely on the devices or just rely on the protected or protection available on the systems. They need to educate themselves. They need to read from a well-trusted resources in order for them to protect. Because nowadays the hackers are trying to bring themselves to a level that they don't need to have, for example, a hacking tool. They just go to the person himself, which is for them easier to capture, easier to manipulate and give some tricks for the user in order to trick him or in order for having him as a victim inside the cyber world.
This is something interesting because you said we need to educate the users, but unfortunately we cannot educate the whole world because this is something very simple as clicking on a link. So if you click this link, especially for elderly people, because they will see what is this is from this company, they read a little bit, so they be a victim of cybersecurity crimes. This is something very crucial and very important, and we will talk more about it, but after the break. So dear viewers, stay tuned, we will continue after the break. Welcome back, dear viewers. We will continue our special interview with information technology specialist, Engineer Naif Al-Awadi. Engineer Naif, we talked about the cybersecurity risks here in Kuwait. To be honest, me personally, I heard about the links, problems with the hackers stealing the money. Do you have information or some data to talk about this subject?
Well, what you call the link is related to something we called it phishing. Phishing now, it's phishing. It's a well-known technique by hackers nowadays, so they can, from the link, they can try to capture whatever they need. If they need, for example, a bank account, or sometimes they need an OTP, or sometimes whatever the information they seek, they try to trick the user by sending a fake link, pretending that you have, for example, a package that is waiting to be delivered. Can you please click the link to track your package? And sometimes, especially, be careful. This is just for the viewers. Be careful when it says urgent or now or you have just one day. This is a really indication of 99.99% that it is a phishing. So be careful of those stuff. So phishing is happening a lot and all over the world. And even in Kuwait, there was a measure of some transaction happened. It's a huge. The money that's been measured by the government is a huge for those money which is already stolen by hackers. So we need to really take care. We really need to educate ourselves. We need to focus on how we can protect ourselves.
Do you have an example of how the hackers use the OTTP or what they come with it? Because I think this is a very old school. They take the number and themselves they use the data. But sometimes just by clicking, everything goes.
Yeah, sometimes the click do two things. Either it will take you to a fake website or a fake address,
and you pay something,
or it encrypted your what we call it, your data. Your data will be encrypted. This is another attack called ransomware. Ransomware, where when you click, everything is encrypted and enclosed. You can see it, but you cannot access it. So when you have such an action, we call it ransomware, and by the name itself, ransomware, they will ask for a ransom. You want to open your files? Okay, because now hackers believe that now some people, it's really useless to delete their data or compromise their data or just damage their data. They said, oh, why not we lock the data and ask for a ransom? Maybe again, I can come for that same person and ask for a ransom again, and again and again. So it becomes now, a new trend where hacker not deleting or damaging the data, no, but just locking it and ask for a ransom. Pay the Bitcoin or pay this money, and you will have the key to open such.
And can we, the cybersecurity people, they can combat this? Maybe they fight it. They have solutions for it before it happens.
Some of the solutions are available, which try to limit this as much as possible. Like, of course, those are, we call it the enterprise solutions. Like, for example, an email gateway. An email gateway is checking your email before coming to your inbox. And if there is a doubt of such a link, if it is a phishing link or it is, for example, a legitimate link or not, and then pass it to you. And there are other measures in addition to that. They will send you a notification. But with disabling the link, the clicking, you cannot click it. It's just an address and say, are you sure about this email? Because this email is coming from an outside organization. Are you trusting this email? You have, for example, 2 days before we take it to, for example, quarantine or before we delete such an email. Those precautions and those techniques is available in an enterprise solution. However, even for the customers, even if you have these, sometimes the email gateway or the technology available still can pass by this technology, and you will have the phishing email in your inbox. Because as much as you increase the security level of, for example, any technology, it will maybe prevent many emails that you love to have it in your inbox. But when you make it sometime medium to less than medium, you may sometimes expect, and the hacker need only one single email to pass through the organization, and maybe sometimes it's distributed.
Do you think the cybersecurity, the hackers, they're also cybersecurity experts?
Most of the time, even the cybersecurity firms and those specialized in cybersecurity, they hire the hacker, they give them offer. And sometimes
because they are very impressed with
of course, and even they are sometimes captured by or in jail. I mean, this is in a foreign countries.
Yes, of course.
They pay for them whatever it takes in order to hire them, because those are brilliant people, talented people, know how to manipulate, and they will figure out how their system are, for example, vulnerable or not, and try to close these gaps. Also, they can use them for research point of view. There are many.
The value of being
the
sneaky.
Value of being a hacker.
Yes.
I mean,
and sneaking on other people. This is something to make for a good thing. Thank you so much, Engineer Naif Al-Awadi.
Thank you very much.
That was Information Technology Specialist Engineer Naif Al-Awadi, and that's conclude our episode for today. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.